Hey guys, Objector here, and today we're going to take a look at the top 5 things I'm most excited for in The Division. I've been excited about this game since I first heard about its concept about three years ago, I think. I don't think I've ever been excited for a game to come out as I have been with this one. The concept seems cool, and I like the realism that Tom Clancy games have, and I like that they kept deciding to postpone the release until they felt the game was the way they wanted it to be put out there for all of us to enjoy. But with that, let's go ahead and get started. So number 5, we have the Dark Zone, the PvP arena in The Division. Even though this is an RPG first and shooter second, any multiplayer shooter relies on the PvP to stand the test of time. And what I'm most excited about for the Dark Zone is the different ways we have to approach it. You don't necessarily want to go in guns blazing. Your crew may decide to team up with another crew to take on a higher level team, but you still never know if that ally will last after the threat is eliminated. Look for a lot of politics to take place in the Dark Zone, and the concept of waiting for an extraction seems very nerve-wracking and is designed to put you on edge until your gear is safe out of the Dark Zone. And it's this kind of high-stakes and stressful environment that makes me love Rainbow Six Siege so much. So I'm excited to see what it's going to be like in The Division and how it's really going to be different than any other first-person shooter out there. And number 4, we have crafting. As we've seen before, The Division is an RPG first and shooter second, and this comes through in the crafting. The crafting gear is going to come in 5 rarities, and as long as you have the materials and the blueprints for a piece of gear, then you'll be able to make it. It's important to note here that crafting gear won't require any money, so that it will be completely separated from the vendors and so forth where you do need to spend that coin to get your good gear. I think where crafting is going to come into play is upgrades for armor and weapons. If you have a nice attachment that you really like, you can simply craft it multiple times for different guns. So this means that if you have a silencer or a scope that you really like the stats for in your gun, then you can transfer it, make a new one for a completely new gun, and change up your game style from a assault rifle to a SMG without having to break down the gear that you already have for your assault rifle. So you don't have to swap between the two. You can just create a new piece and equip it to your new gun. And I really like that concept. I think this is going to be a big part of the game, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. In at number 3 is the classes. And what I mean by this is not necessarily the different classes available for The Division. They're pretty standard with a healer, a DPS, and a tanking role. But how The Division is going to let you actually swap between them at will any point in the game, and it doesn't lock you into a certain playstyle from the beginning. So it's not like you choose, okay, I want this operator or agent to be a DPS one, and if I want to change that, I have to create a whole new character if I want to be a healer. This is going to let you have the ability to change between these throughout the game to better suit the squad that you're currently on. So if your team needs a healer for a certain mission, you can spec your agent to be that way. I always love being a tank in RPGs, and I'm excited for the security tree in The Division, but it's nice to know that I'm not going to be locked into whatever I choose. And number 2, we have the story. We still don't know a lot about the story at this point, but I was excited about the story ever since I saw that first trailer release, talking about how a virus was released on money for Black Friday and spread out throughout the country and the world, and that's how we ended up in the setting that we're in for the game. In addition, Ubisoft has given us the Agent Origin series, and this gives us a deeper look into the world, and I don't want to spoil anything in it because it's definitely worth checking out, and I would recommend doing so if you haven't already. I don't see The Division making the same mistake Destiny did and cutting out the story and relying on the gameplay, since it is an RPG first, and the RPGs generally rely on the story to support the game more than the gameplay itself, so I'm definitely excited to see what is in store for us. And lastly, the number 1 reason why I'm excited to play The Division is customization. In Destiny, all the top tier armor looks basically the same for your class, and as a result, all the highest level players look virtually identical. Customization is always a big draw for me in any game, and I can spend upwards of an hour just in the character creation screen in games like Fallout 4 and never get bored with it because I'm trying to get that perfect look. In The Division, not only do you get the chance to customize your agent, but the cosmetic items is separate from the stat-based equipment. This means that your agent can look however you want while still having the higher level stats. The cosmetics come in the 5 different sections, being the head, neck, 2 separate torso pieces that you can switch between, pants, and boots. while the stat items come in the form of mask, vest, backpacks, gloves, and holsters. and knee pads. So while they do show up on your agent, they won't be as much of an impact on how he looks as the main cosmetic items will. I'm super excited about Ubisoft making this choice and really allowing us to customize our agent however we want and not feeling limited with the set higher level equipment saying that, oh, if you want to be a high level player, you have to have this equipment and you can't have the jacket that you want. And there you have it, guys. My top 5 things I'm excited for the Division. Let me know what you guys are most excited for in the comments below. And if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more gaming tips, tricks, and news. Until next time, this is Objector, signing off.